JB, thanks for the opportunity for letting me speak about Delta-17 again. Now, do you have any questions or should I just roll right into it? You're relatively familiar with the line already, but the way we've spread it out is we've got our exclusives for 2026 here. They're all over the booth setup. This is the shiny Sky Storm. You'll notice on the side it says JF26. And that's for obviously JoeFest 2026. And we've got the desert exclusives for this year, which would be Shepherd and Jaguar. It's actually, I didn't know this until the factory shipping box came in. They're actually titled Desert Command for whatever reason. It doesn't say it on the packaging, at least I don't think it does, but it says Desert Command on the shipping box. Yeah, did you do that, Steve? Okay, so Steve did that and decided to make me ask him, which makes things for kind of funny a little bit every now and then. So this is a relook at last year's exclusives. We got the feedback that people would rather have the logo shifted down, even if it's ripped off by the card bubble, as long as you put a hang hole there, and that's why this one has no hang hole and this one does.
Interesting.
Yeah, these are the new Desert Weapons packs. We didn't know we were going to get these. We got an invoice for them. I told the story yesterday on the Audible Interlude presentation panel here in one of the ballrooms, and interesting story with what happened to these. When you have a tooling block at the factory, there's a bunch of items that are on that tooling block, and these weapons were on the same sort of like steel mold, right? There's several steel blocks, but they were all there, and I don't know why they couldn't. I'm not a factory expert. I don't know why they couldn't just cover those sections and then pour, but for whatever reason we were told they were going to pour the plastic anyway and then just toss out the excess. We said, don't do that, throw everything in a box, we'll give them away, don't worry about it. They took that to mean we're sending an invoice, and I think they even asked Steve for like what logo they want on this. And he's like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's on the invoice, you're paying for it. So this is the accidental weapons pack that you get for free, just for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, I think I've already given you the elevator pitch for Wave 1, but here's our 12 characters, right? Good guys and bad guys here. It's kind of a hodgepodge assortment here, but generally speaking, you got a few bad guys. No, it's a hodgepodge. I thought we had some semblance of order, but we don't. We have a few bad guys here, a bunch of good guys in the middle. Jaguar, for some reason, is hiding there, very stealthy, and Shadow Dragon is on his throne. So we got last year's Hailstorms. These were not intended to be a JoeFest exclusive, but they shipped with the JoeFest exclusive Desert Pack, so we ended up calling it a exclusive anyway. The weapons pack came from last year. They're right here. Roll right into Wave 2 here.
That's 5.
These 6 figures should come out in the first half of 2027. The sooner the better, because we can get them to earlier shows like ZoloCon, which happened earlier in the year. All else fails, JoeFest 2027. Hopefully not that long. So we got multiple characters here. Everyone's having a look at this character called No Aloha. I wasn't crazy about the name, but I'm sold on the name now that I see the surfboard. You see the detail on that surfboard?
Absolutely.
He's got the Bulldog. The Bulldog's name is Winston. He's the M249 gunner of the team, right? And I'm just going to pick this guy off right here. This is Tourniquet. He's our combat medic. He's got a lot of gear inside. Now, I almost don't want to open the backpack, but I think I can do it without spilling everything. So I'm going to try it, right? Oh, you know what? They actually didn't put all the gear inside, but there's a lot of room for gear inside. So someone's put the gear in another baggie or something like that. But you see all that room in there for extra gear, and this gear is just molded in. What we have here is our 10th Mountain Division, which is basically a mountain and winter trooper for the good guys, right? You can see he's got both snowshoes, ski poles, and skis, so you're getting a lot of value in this. He's got sort of that winter camo. Now, I know he's winter, and he looks like the same color scheme as the bad guys. He's a good guy. Here we got a return of 2 fan favorites. You got our best-selling army builder, which is the Thunder Battalion. Now, you can have a look at what the desert version is like for last year's exclusive. This is the winter version, and of course we have the regular gray version. This one has a little bit of extra value. We didn't put on all the accessories, but it's got 3 different sets of headgear you can put on, and a swappable head. So there's a lot of value in this. You're going to want to buy more than one to have the different heads and the different gear. Death Sparrow, wearing a removable Ushanka hat. That comes off, but we may have sticky tacked it on for the show, so I don't want to take that off. So we still got to do some revisions. We think that the face paint could be a bit better. A lot of these are subject to revision. So she's another fan favorite from Wave 1. So we've got her. And you can see the snowshoes on the back, just like you see the snowshoes there. And we have the Snow Sparrows, which is the female army builder. She's got a different kind of headgear, right? This is called an Ushanka. I can't remember what this is called. So yeah, female army builder, winter army builder for male, winter army builder for the heroes, and this is our 6 figures. Before you go, we have a rough model printout of the Hind helicopter. That's just to show what the scale of the figure is going to be. Like if you have a look at Shepherd right here, you can see kind of how how large it is. We obviously don't have the back section of it, or the wings, or the rotors. We just wanted to give an idea of how big it's going to be. Like, this is what we're envisioning when it's all done, right? This right, ooh, packing tape, almost dropped it. This is what we're envisioning when it's all done. I am not a Hind expert. That's Steve's wheelhouse.
Okay.
However, I do have an answer for you. It's just not a complete one. We're going to have two different color schemes. One is going to be in the dark shadows motif. Now, we say that, and I don't know how it's going to get. Sorry, I said dark shadows. I meant retrograde, the mercenary villains. It's going to be in the retrograde, like Russian colors, Russian color scheme, like modernized Russian color scheme. And then we're going to have like a classic Hind. So if you look up the Hind colors on the internet, there'll be colors that are kind of like that. So, yeah, that's what I've been told. And
I don't know if you
we'll
said
see.
What's the timeline on that?
We're going to make no promises on that. We're going to under-promise and over-deliver, or just not promise and then deliver.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I've asked a lot of the independent toy companies, up and coming. Is the guests always ask when, and we know patience is key, quality is key. And with Delta-17, you guys have been putting out a lot of great stuff over the past couple of years. So we're excited to see it. We're excited to see new stuff. We're excited to see vehicles, especially vehicles that we haven't really seen, other than like maybe a customizer. But now that you guys are going to do in the wheelhouse of doing mass production, so it's really great.
So there's a Pennsylvania show in the summertime. Joe Ricondo and Wilhelm will be there representing, and then we got a couple shows in the fall, or at least one in the fall, maybe more. Store to buy stuff is delta17toys.com. You can just look up Delta. Excuse me. I'm not fighting a cold, I promise. I'm just a little dehydrated. Delta17 Toys on Instagram, and just Delta17 on Facebook.
Ken from Toy Connections, thank you so much for working with us to get this information out. How was your JoeFest?
Fantastic.